So a quick update on the Flash movie. I've been told that the Flash filming is not done and the production will end at the end of October. So definitely there's a little over a month for them to get more cameos within the movie. Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix. My name is Chris Wong. Today, I think we're going to be talking about spin-offs. First, we're going to talk about the Batman, then Batgirl, Black Canary, Supergirl. Then we're going to talk about Warner Max. Yeah, the people who actually greenlit the Snyder Cut. All right, let's talk about the Batman spin-offs. Now, Matt Reeves' The Batman doesn't come out until next year, but there are already planned spin-offs for that movie. You've got GCPD, you've got Penguin, you got a rumored Catwoman, and also apparently a Riddler spinoff as well. But now Daniel RPK on his RPK News is saying this. There are 2 more The Batman spinoffs in development. 2 more Batman spinoffs in addition to the other spinoffs I just talked about? Now it could honestly be Catwoman and the Riddler. Those are the 2 spinoffs that are in development. I feel like because Daniel RPK already revealed that earlier, I'm wondering if these are 2 more additional spinoffs to those ones that he talked about. I mean, how many other characters are going to spin off from the Batman movie? Now, it was rumored that Mad Hatter was supposed to be in this movie, so maybe that's one spinoff. And what about the other one? Alfred? Is Alfred getting a spinoff? Who knows at this point, but they're seriously milking the Batman like crazy. And you know what's kind of cool about the spinoffs is that if the spinoffs are actually prequels to the actual Batman film, it would be kind of sweet if each of these spin-offs actually have flashes and hints of Batman Year 1. Robert Pattinson suiting up, or slowly suiting up as the Batman into getting into the actual movie. Because people have said that Matt Reeves' The Batman is actually kind of your Year 2 Batman. So I think we'll see hints of Year 1 Batman in each of those spin-offs. It's kind of like those toy collectibles where you have to collect all 5 of them and each toy has one piece of that puzzle, which is the main figure. The Batman. Alright, let's talk about Batgirl. Batgirl is coming out on HBO Max. It's not going to theaters, but it will be a movie. Directed by Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah. Written by Christina Hodson. Starring Leslie Grace as Batgirl or Barbara Gordon. With J.K. Simmons in talks to play Commissioner Gordon. Now we can add somebody else to that list of people that is creating this Batgirl movie. That is Natalie Holt. Natalie Holt said this. Oh, I'm allowed to say now, next up, Batgirl. Natalie Holt, who was a composer for Loki, is now composing Batgirl. And honestly, Loki is my favorite Disney Plus Marvel series right now, and the music was no exception. I actually remember the Loki music more than the other ones. So I think they got a good composer here. I'm wondering what is going to be Batgirl's theme. Alright, let's talk about Black Canary. Now, after months of fan campaigns for a Jurnee Smollett Black Canary movie or HBO Max series, HBO Max has finally greenlit Black Canary to be written and directed by Misha Green. Misha Green and Jurnee Smollett worked together on Lovecraft Country, so that's a great team and they've already worked together and they're really passionate about the new Black Canary movie. Well, Misha Green had some time to talk to the fans and answer some questions. When a fan asked, "Are you reading Black Canary comics for inspiration?" she said, "Yes, research is always key." When someone asked, "Do you like biker jackets and fishnets?" she replied, "Love biker jackets and fishnets. Wink." Okay! I think that will make a lot of the Black Canary comic book fans happy. They want to see her in the iconic biker jacket with fishnet. Maybe it'll look close to a lot of the fan art that's been going around. When someone asked, "Will you explore Dinah's past in her movie?" and she could not say a word. Obviously, it's still under wraps. She can't say anything. She's still working on it right now, but that's a probably good bet that she will explore her past a little bit because we didn't get too much of it in Birds of Prey. Maybe we'll get that dynamic between her and her mom. Maybe we'll get to see her mom be Black Canary as well. But even better, I'm hoping this is actual sequel because she'll be able to use her powers fully, maybe team up with other Birds of Prey, like Huntress. Maybe Huntress will get her own spinoff too. Alright, let's talk about Supergirl. Now this is a big rumor because it's coming from #show, but it kind of makes sense in a way because we've already heard that Supergirl is having a movie. In this case, they're saying that Supergirl is going to be having a series. HBO Max wants Sasha Calle, Supergirl, in the upcoming The Flash movie to have her own series. movies. Because apparently there's a big story for Supergirl, and it's not enough to be told in a movie. But it also depends on what kind of story they want to tell with Supergirl. And since they are going to do a Supergirl movie, that Supergirl movie could be the sequel to the Flash movie. Because from what we've seen from the Flash, it seems like she doesn't even get the suit until after the Flash and Batman rescues her. But it would be kind of cool to see in a Supergirl movie how she got to Earth. Maybe they'll hint at Kandor or even possibly Brainiac, who knows? Why do I think this could possibly happen? Well, just look at what we've been talking about. These spin-offs are spin-offs from Warner Brother movies. The Batman has a lot of spin-offs. Peacemaker spins off from the Suicide Squad. Black Canary is a spin-off of Birds of Prey. Batgirl possibly spins off from the Flash, but we're not sure yet. And why not have Supergirl spin off from the Flash? I mean, that just makes a lot of sense. But is that all HBO Max is really good for DC right now? Aside from Doom Patrol and Titan and Green Lantern? Well, remember the New York Times article where they talked to Walter Hamada? And this is what he had to say about HBO Max. With every movie that we're looking at now, we are thinking, what's the potential Max spinoff? So it's pretty clear from Walter Hamada's perspective, HBO Max is nothing but a platform to put spin-offs onto, because he is DC Films. He's all about Warner Brothers. He's all about the movies. So their priority is to make theatrical movies, and anything else like riskier movies and spin-offs go straight to HBO Max. Which also makes a lot of sense because Zack Snyder's Justice League wasn't part of their plan. So they're not gonna do anything with that. I kind of miss the days when they had Warner Max. Remember Warner Max? That division they threw away and got Warner Brothers to take over HBO Max. Warner Max was originally run by Bob Greenblatt and Kevin Reilly. These guys were actually instrumental in releasing the Snyder Cut. When Warner Brothers didn't want to put in the money to invest into the Snyder Cut, these guys said, sure, 70 million plus, here you go, Zack. And having another division solely about HBO Max, separate from Warner Brothers, is a good thing because then they can prioritize content for HBO Max. Unlike having Warner Brothers trying to prioritize theatrical and also be involved in making content for HBO Max, you know which platform they're just going to sideline and just throw the scraps to, right? But good news, looks like it could possibly be that Warner Max could be coming back. There was a trademark application for the Warner Max logo. And that is super exciting because I'm hoping this does mean that they're going to make a separate division to concentrate on HBO Max. Meaning, like before Warner Max disappeared, Warner Brothers was not able to touch projects that were greenlit, that were made for HBO Max. But before we get too excited, our resident friend who practices IP law had this to say. It's a 1B trademark filing, which means intent to use. Essentially, if you haven't used a mark in commerce, but have a good faith intention to use in the future, you can file an application. In other words, once Warner Max is official, they file a 1A to gain an actual registration. This could mean a few things, one of which is phasing back in Warner Max. It's common practice to file 1B applications if there's talk. However, once they're granted a notice of allowance, they would need to file a statement of use within 6 months or it's abandoned. Also, if you have 5 extensions to file a SOU, in other words, you must use the mark in commerce and file a SOU within 3 years. So that means it's not really official and they could use it or not use it. So it could mean something or it could mean nothing at all. But I like to think it could mean something. And having another division to solely make content for HBO Max is an awesome thing. But it doesn't mean that Bob Greenblatt and Kevin Reilly could come back. I mean, if they did, I think our chances for the Snyderverse to restore are even greater than before. And if the AT&T CEO John Stankey, who doesn't like what's been happening so far for HBO Max, maybe he's not very happy that Warner Brothers is in charge of HBO Max. And so maybe David Zaslav thought, hey, you know what? It was better before when Warner Max was involved. So let's make that division again. Like I said, this could mean nothing at all, but if it does mean something, then, I feel like we're like one step closer to hopefully restoring the Snyderverse and having Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3 with all the other DC content that's coming out on HBO Max.